See, it's like Elizabeth just handed me this that has written on it who's here today, the names of everyone, but it can't even be written here if it wasn't for the sheet of paper that it's written on. You see, ordinarily when we read something, who pays any attention to the sheet of paper that it's written on? But if it wasn't for the sheet of paper that it is written on, we wouldn't be able to see it or read it. This is for everyone, of course. How seldom does anyone really give attention to the awareness that we are, this awareness which must be before there can be anything of which we are aware. Inquiry is giving attention to the awareness itself that must be before whatever it is that you're aware of. This very awareness is one's own being. And if one just withdraws attention into this awareness and remains in this awareness as this awareness, thoughtless, without thought, simply abiding as this awareness, the mind eventually will stop. Identification with the body and the mind as being the self will cease. Great peace and a great sense of freedom, and not just only the sense of freedom, freedom itself will be realized as the nature of our being. Freedom and joy. And henceforth one can remain in this freedom, peace, and joy as their own nature, and forevermore no longer be at the effect of the world, the persons, the places, the things, or the events appearing in this world. This is the simplicity of it. And this is the benefit and results, the ultimate results of inquiry. And in all due respect, no method of meditation itself will guarantee that result. And in fact, I'm going to take it a little bit further and say no spiritual practice in itself will guarantee that result, other than in the inquiry, other than withdrawing consciousness into itself and remaining in the awareness that we all are. Now, I know when I say that, I usually alienate a third of the people, or 2/3 of the people, who got a lot invested in some method of meditation, some method of spiritual practice, have been engaged in it for an awful long time, with the hope that one day they will attain what is called a realization of the self. Well, all I can say is, I have compassion. But nothing truly is lost. If you're here, what got you here? How did you get here? So I came in a motor rickshaw. Or I walked or came on a bicycle. Yes, but what was it in consciousness that drew you here? The grace of pure being is that it is being shared with you in this moment that there is a direct way and a direct method that it can, that can and will immediately bring you into the pure nature of the self that you are. And that method, the only method that will, is inquiry into the self. Withdrawing attention into itself. Taking the mind back into where it arose, turning it in, and saying, here, you take it, I don't want it. You're too fat for me. How'd the song go? Y'all, who remembers the song? I don't want her, you can have her, she's too fat for me.
I think I remember that one.
You remember that one? You don't remember that song? We're talking about the mind here.
Yeah.
This fat mind that keeps us in trouble all the time, that we keep feeding. Keep feeding by giving attention to it, which always keeps us in trouble. Very simply, what's wrong with your world, if anything, other than thinking about it? If you were not thinking about it, do you have any difficulties? Any problems? Does anyone have a problem? Do you think you have a problem? Ah, that's the problem. You think you have a problem. If we didn't think we had a problem, could we have a problem? So simple, and yet so overlooked, because we seem to have so much invested into this thought, these thoughts. Usually the thoughts of problems, the thoughts of difficulties, sure, interspersed every now and then with a happy thought. And that's the problem. If we didn't have any happy thoughts, we'd finally get it and give up thinking altogether. You get that? But every now and then we have a happy thought and we say it's working. This thinking is really paying off. They say in Texas, every now and then even an old blind hog roots up an acorn.
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 An acorn. Mm-hmm.
Acorn.
Acorn or acorn?
Acorn, but you got it, acorn.
Acorn?
Yeah.
Acorn, acorn.
That's in Texas.
I'm a Texan, they say. That's what I used to think I was. That's what my body says I am. I have it branded on my body. Very foolishly. Let me tell you something. If an old boy from Texas can realize and abide in the self, anybody can do it. So you get it that there is a way, huh? The way is possible. It is available. In fact, there's really nowhere to go. Nothing to do other than withdraw consciousness into itself. Investigate the nature of mind. Investigate the nature of the self. That's what the meditation as such should be. If you're going to meditate, use your meditation to look at, inquire into, analyze the nature of consciousness. While you're doing it, just ask yourself, who's doing it? You say, I am doing it. Where's this I coming from? From whence does this I arise? What park? What in yonder grove? What is it?
It's my Juliet.
Huh? My Juliet. Juliet. That's Brett saying that. Oh, where's Brett? Oh, there he is. Let's just don't take this spiritual work so seriously. Be serious in your intention to complete it in this lifetime. But have some fun along the way.